Start with the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and grateful. Dear students of class second year, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome you to Pakistan International School Staff's virtual learning system. Dear students of class second year, today we have English lecture number 6. And this is intermediate English book for second year, page number 32, 34, 35, 37, and 38. And here's your teacher, Sarfaz Nadeem. Dear students, on page number 32, we have the lesson and today's topic, and that is the blades of grass. Reading selection 1.3, the blades of grass. Stephen Crane is the writer of this poem. Dear students, this is poem on page number 32. So please open the book. Yes, open book, and we will start the reading of the poem. Dear students, before to starting the reading of the lesson, The Blades of Grass, we have pre-reading view today. So let's read. In this poem, Stephen Crane creates a dialogue between a few blades of grass and God in heaven. Now, dear students, the blades of grass means a narrow kind of leaf, a small, you can say thin a leaf, a kind of leaf is called. What do you think the dialogue between them is about? Now, before to start the reading of the lesson, this is a question of mine that when you are going to listen this kind of dialogue between God and few blades of grass, what will be the dialogues according to you? Means what you are thinking that these dialogues will be about what? So must you think about it, and let's start our reading of the lesson. Dear students, this is page preview. This is page preview of the today's lesson, and this is page number 32. And if same situation, same kind of lessons there in your book, reading selection 1.3, The Blades of Grass. Stephen Crane is the writer, and here is something about the poet. In heaven, some little blades of grass stood before God. What did you do? Then all save one of the little blades began eagerly to relate the merits of their lives. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. Presently, God said, "And what did you do?" The little blade answered, "Oh, my Lord, memory is bitter to me, for if I did good deeds, I know not of them." Then God, in all his splendor, arose from his throne. "O base little blade of grass," he said. Dear students of class second year, this is a poem which is on page number 32. The topic of the poem is the blades of grass. Now, I read this for you, and now I will read it one by one, and I will try to give you understanding kind of meaning. In heaven, some little blades of grass stood before God. Now, dear student, in heaven, few little blades of grass were standing before the God, and God Almighty was asking them. And the God asked, "What did you do?" Because you were there on earth. Now, here before me, you people are. What did you do? Then all seven one of the little blades began eagerly to relate. Means all were eagerly, they were impatiently, they were starting to tell something about instead of one. And they started to tell the merits of their lives, means they did good deeds, and they started to tell the God about the good deeds. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. But instead of all the blades were telling about their good deeds to the Almighty Allah, to God, one little blade was standing behind, and he was ashamed, and he was just kind of, here, dear students, the word eagerly to relate means impatiently they were supposed to tell something. They were not waiting, they were excited to tell something. One was standing, and he was not talking, he was not telling something, but he was standing ashamed. The God said, and what did you do? The God asked from that little grass of blood, that grass of blade of grass, that what did you do? The little blade answered, oh my Lord, memory is bitter to me, for if I did good deeds, I know not of them. He said that, oh God, memory is not supporting me, and I don't know that what kind of good deeds I did. I don't remember. I'm not able to remind my good deeds. Might be I don't have any. Might be I don't have any, because if I would, I must tell you. So it means that I don't have anything. I not of them, then God in all his splendor. Dear students, the meaning of this word splendor is with greatness. The God arose from his throne and said, oh base little blade of grass. He said, the God said that you are the base little blade of grass among all of them. So, dear students, this is a poem of Stephen Crane. Stephen Crane told us about this. Now, have a look over there about the poet, and then we will definitely learn about the central idea or moral message or understanding of this poem as well. About the poet, Stephen Crane from 1871 to 1900 was born in New Jersey, USA. He worked as a journalist in New York before attempting to publish his first novel, which was too grim to find a readership. However, his next novel, The Red Badge of Courage, 1985, was held as a masterpiece. He came to England in 1987, where his novel was more warmly received. His other works include two volumes of poetry and short stories. He died of tuberculosis in 1900. This is about the poem Stephen Crane, dear students. Now here we will definitely able to know about the moral message of the poem. The moral message of the poem, The Blades of Grass, is the God who told us that when we doing something good, like helping each other and pray, we shouldn't be show off to the people around us and show the others how kind hearted we are. At the beginning of the poem, Mr. Cran told us that all the blades of grass were doing something that God told us not to. And in the middle of the poem, the humble blade of grass found it and already did the good things without counted it out, because he can't remember it because he did them sincerely. Here we have the summary of the poem, dear students. This poem by Stephen Crane narrates that some blades of grass were standing before the Lord on the day of judgment. God demanded from them an account of all their actions done in the world. They responded that they had done meritorious deeds in the world. One little blade of grass stood silently and ashamed. God asked him the same question to all about his good deeds. The blade of grass answered that he did not know about his good actions. He had forgotten all his good deeds. God was much pleased with his answer. He stood up from his throne and blessed and rewarded this little blade for his humbleness. Now, dear students, in book sometimes coming the right the central idea of the poem. The central idea of this poem is the poet actually wants to say that one should not feel pride on what he had done. One should be humble and prideless. One should do good deeds without a thought of reward. So means we shouldn't be show off the things which we are doing, the good deeds which we are doing, and we must be always bow to Almighty Allah. We always to be to down to the earth. We never feel kind of pride. We always we must be humble always with people. We must be good with the people in relations. This is the summary, this is the theme and central of the poem, that we never show the things that we are doing, these are the good deeds. We always be a kind of humble person before the humanity. Now, dear students, this was all about the poems, and in the lesson we have given the study questions as well, understanding the poem. So the homework is also given in the coming slides. So this is all about the lesson, all about the poem of understanding. Then we will move to the page number 34, dear students. Yes, if you have a book, definitely there is two exercise on 34 and 35. The exercise number 1 and exercise number 2. This exercise is about the noun clause. And you remember that in the last lecture, we learned thoroughly and completely about the noun phrase and noun clause. First, I told you what is phrase, and then I told you what is clause. So here in this exercise, the 25 sentences are given. Now, what we have to do, we have to underline the noun clauses which are given over here in the sentence. I will definitely again will say the noun clause is a group of words which works as a noun in the sentence. And if a group of words which is working as a noun in the sentence, it means that the work of a noun or a function of a noun is to be the subject or object of any sentence. It means that noun clause will be the subject of the sentence or as an object of the sentence. So we will start to find out over here, dear students, and I will underline that part of the noun clause. Now, first sentence we are going to read over here. Number 1, I often wonder how you are getting on. I often wonder how you are getting on. So here, how you are getting on is a clause. It is a clause, dear students. Number 2, he replied that he would come. He replied that he would come. Here will be that he would come. This is a noun clause, dear students. And both, look in the first sentence, wonder is a noun, and here wonder is a verb, and replied is a verb. So after the verb, that part is called as an object. So both are, number 1 and number 3, both are as an object in the sentence. Number 2, I fear that I shall fail. That I shall fail is a noun clause and the object here in the sentence. Number 4, do you deny that you stole the watch? That you stole the watch is a noun clause and an object of the sentence. Number 5, I thought that it would be a fine day. So that it would be a fine day, this is a noun clause. Number 6, that you should cheat me hurts me. Now here, that you should, yes, cheat me. That you should cheat me hurts me. Now here this in the sentence number 6, dear students, you will see that you should cheat me hurts me. So verb is hurts. So before the verb, the part is an object. Sorry, subject. It is a subject, and hurts is verb and me is an object. So here in all 5 sentences, the noun clause was an object, but in the sentence number 6, it is working as a subject in the sentence. Number 7, no one knows who he is. Who he is. This is knows is a verb, and after the verb, this is a object. Who he is. Number 8, he saw that the clock had stopped. So that the clock had stopped. This is noun clause and object. Number 9, that you should say, this is very strange, that you should, yes, that you should say. So dear students, here you can see that given part that you should say this, yes, this is subject and noun clause. Number 9. Number 10, I don't see how you can get out of this mess. So here we will start from how you can get out of this, and this remaining part also mess. Number 11, I learn whatever I can. Whatever I can is a noun clause. Now you will say, sir, how? Because dear students, as I told you, after the verb, if the before verb part which is before of the verb, it can be the subject, and after the verb, it can be the object. So look over here, I is a subject, earn is verb in sentence number 11, and whatever I can, it's the object, it is a noun clause. As I told you in the last lecture, dear students, the clause, dependent clause, always start with the subordinate conjunction, like how, that, whatever, okay, and where, which, that. So you can see in all these underlying parts of sentence, all they are starting with the conjunction. How you are getting on, that I shall fall, that he would come, that you stole the watch, that it would be a fine day, that you should cheat me. Look over there. That it would be a fine day, or who he is, that the clock had stopped, that you should say this, how you can get out of this mess, whatever I can, means 11 sentence we underlined, but all the noun clauses are working as a subject or as an object, and also they are noun clause and they are starting with the subordinate conjunction. Number 12, I don't know what he wants. I don't know what he wants. So this is what? Object, and know is a verb. After the know, it's an object. If you say, sir, why not this part? I don't know. No, this is an independent clause. I don't know. Because there is no any subordinate conjunction. Look over here. And number 13, there were no complaints except. Number 13, there were no complaints. Yes, dear students. Number 13, now we are going to finish. So number 30, there were no complaints except that the day was too hot. Now there were no complaints except that the day was too hot. It means this part, that, yes, we will underline that part, dear students, that the yes, that the day was, that the day was too hot. Number 14, I went to see what had happened. What had happened is a noun clause, and it is working as an object here sentence after the verb see. Look, the verb is see. Here, complaints. And number 15, I don't understand how it all happened. How it all happened. Now look, the dear students, we learned in the last, what is clause? We say the group of words which has a subject and also verb. How is subject? Look, sorry, conjunction, and it is what? It is what? Subject. So it means that, dear students, and happened is verb. Look over there. Number 16, pay careful attention to what I am going to say. What I am going to say. Here you have a conjunction what? I is a subject and going is verb. So means subject is also over there and verb is also there. But in phrase, dear students, you cannot find a subject and also a verb. So this practice are the exercise which we are doing. Exercise 1, it is about the noun clause. Now number 17, it yes, number 17, it grieved me to hear that she was ill. Now this is, dear students, in number 17, that she was ill. Number 18, I want to know how far it is from here. I want to know how far it is from here. This is noun clause and sub working as an object. Number 19, where we were to lodge that night was the problem. Now from here, that night, yes, was the problem. So, dear students, we will do again this, dear students, this part of the sentence number. Yes, here. So this would be that, yes. From we will start. This is, yes. Now it will be here, dear students. 19. Where were to, yes, where we were to launch. Here, this is number 19. It is as a subject over here in the sentence. Number 20, he begged that his life might be spared. That his life might be spared. And number 21, I think you have made a mistake. So here, dear student, 21, there is, I think that. That is not given over here. So we will put over here the that. I think here in the sentence, dear students, this is here, that. There, that is very important to give because it is not given. Yes, that. Now we will underline that. I think that you have made a mistake. That you have a made mistake. It's a mistake over there in the book. Number 22. Can you guess what I want? What I want is a noun clause. And then number 23. How the burglar got in his mastery. So how will be number 23, dear students? How that burglar. Number 24. It is uncertain whether he will come. Whether he will come is a noun clause and object of the 24th sentence. The last, I do know what he will do. What he will do is in a noun clause of the sentence 25 and it is working as an object. So dear students, exercise 1 is done by me for you. What we did over here, they point out noun clause in the form. Now what we did, we point out the which parts are working as a noun clause here in the sentence. So the underlined parts are working as a noun clause in the sentence. So now, dear students, we have another exercise. Let's see over there another page. Yes, dear students, we have exercise 4 and this is on page number 37. Page number 37. What we have to do over here, let's read this question. Point out the noun clause and say whether it is the object of some verb or the complement of some verb or an apposition to some noun or a pronoun or the object of some prepositions. So dear students, we have to underline over here the noun clause and then we have to check what is this part over there. What is the under noun clause? Where is the noun clause and what this noun clause is working here? It is working as in a subject, object, or like subject complement or object complement like this. So number one, students, we have the sentence number 1, and this is about tell me how you find that out. Tell me how you find that out. So how you found that out is a, yes. how you find that out from here, how you find that out. And now here this is working as a object over here, dear students. Tell me. So tell me, tell is a verb over here, and this is an object. Tell me how you find that out. Number two, tell he will succeed in certain. Tell he will succeed is certain. So here, that he will succeed, is certain. So this is subject of is. Verb is. Number three, I think you have made a mistake. I think you have made a mistake. So I think that you have made a mistake. That you have made a mistake. So that will be over here, dear students. That is very important because that is the symbol of clause. So that you have made a mistake is a object of the verb think. Number four, she says her mother is ill. She says that her mother is ill. That here will be that her mother is ill. So this is also an object of the verb says. Number five, how long I shall stay here is doubtful. How long? Yes, dear. How long I shall stay? So how long here will be this part of the sentence. How long I shall stay here. Yes. So now this is, dear student, subject of the verb is. This is subject of the verb is. Number six, I did not know that he had come. I did not know that he had come. That he had come is an object of the verb know. Number seven, it is clear that he was guilty. It is clear that he was guilty. So that he was guilty. Here, dear students, that he was guilty is an a position of the verb it. It is clear that he was guilty. Number eight, I do not understand how it all happened. I do not understand how it all happened. It all happened. Now, understand is a verb over here, dear students. So, this is an object. Number nine, can you tell who wrote Shakuntala? Who can you tell who wrote Shakuntala? So, dear students, in number nine sentence, who wrote, yes, who wrote Shakuntala is here object of the verb can tell. And number 10, all depend on how it is done. How it is done. How it is done, dear students, the object of the uh, of on, preposition on. Number 11, do you deny that you stole the purse? That you stole the purse? Yes. That you stole the purse is the object of the verb do deny. Do you deny? Deny. Number 12, the law will punish whoever is guilty. Now, here the last part, whoever is guilty, is also the student object of the verb will punish. Now, verb will punish. So, dear students, here in these sentences, total 12 sentences are here. Two sentences are as a subject and remaining are as an object, and one is working as a, yes, it is also working as an opposition, an opposition of the pronoun it, and that is number 7. Now, dear students, total we have 32 sentences over here given in this exercise on page number 37 and 38. So 12 sentences are done by me, and remaining sentence you have to complete it at your home. If you can do 20, 25, 30, so we don't have any kind of limit, but complete more than the 20 means 12 we have done. So a minimum, a maximum you complete it. If you will complete all 32, it is good for you. So this exercise is remaining portion of this exercise, your homework. Now, dear students, we have homework for you. And what is in homework? Have a look over there. Paraphrase the poem, explanation of the poem in your own words, and this is on page number 33. And second one is exercise 2, which I write. Exercise 2 was the homework, and it was about to complete by adding suitable noun clauses. Complete by adding suitable noun clauses. This is on page number 34 and 35. This is your only homework, dear students. The exercise which I completed for 12 sentence. If you want to do as a homework the remaining sentence, up to you. But this exercise number 2 on page number 34 and few sentences on 35, this is very important to complete it, and complete it and send it to me as a homework. I will check it. What you have to do in this exercise, dear students, complete by adding suitable noun clauses. Means you have to add the noun clause. One sentence I am going to tell you. For example, I cannot understand dash. Now in the remaining, in the dash part, you have to add the noun clause. For example, I cannot understand why she is angry with me. Why she is angry with me. So this is a remaining part which I told you right now. So like this you have to complete. Number 9 says, I don't know what she wants. I do not know what she wants. So what she wants is the remaining part. You have to add over there in this exercise. This exercise is very important, dear students. And next lecture will be there. What about the next lecture? It will be pronoun and kinds. It is also a grammar lecture, which is on page number 42, 43. Yes. So we have to 49 and 50. So we will learn this, dear students, the remaining pronoun and kinds, inshallah, and then we will start the lesson unit 2, and that is about the hope and hope and so you have to hope and inspiration is the unit 2, dear students. So this is all about today's lecture, dear students. And thank you for joining me, and take care. See you in next lecture. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz.